him. I mean, I've read 190 plus days of this guy. I know what his days are like. So anyway, yeah, the other stuff that came out this past week, the Ranger stuff, like I say, the Ranger is a very highly opinionated person. I do not share his opinions. I read those a long time ago. I've read his stuff a little more carefully now. I believe that the photo, he's got something, I believe he's got an error in there, which is he says there's a selfie with Greg and a victim, okay? And he leaves a lot out because that's not what it is. And I'm going to show it to you if I can find it. But he says that's not true. He says that Greg either said or led him to believe that he spent hours with the children. Somebody tell me how he did that. You heard from the coaches. He's there in the morning. He's there in the afternoon. They have to kick him out of the weight room. He's got 2 jobs. He's making A's and B's. And I've read 192 of his days. I don't know how you get hours out of that. I mean, that's just not true. And nobody said he was hermetically sealed off from these kids. I mean, I'm not finding it right off. It's here someplace.
I have one more question for you. You used the word like liberated to describe today, but I also remember a couple weeks ago when I talked to you in the parking lot, you said at the same time a day like this can, it's far from over. Like
right.
A lot, can still happen. So I guess I'm sure you've advised Greg about that, but I mean, even though he's gone home, I mean, this could
It is
be
not
temporary.
over. That's right. This is not over until the Court of Criminal Appeals makes its decision, which isn't going to happen for about a year. So it is not over. And you don't know what's going to happen. In the state's highest court, they can do kind of what they want to do.
Have you kind of tried to keep that in his mind?
Yes, he knows it. I'm not ruining this day, but we've had that conversation many times because it's cruel to, what I have said repeatedly with everybody involved with is this: when Greg Kelley walks out, he does not walk back in. And that is a scary place to be, but I am more confident than I was a few weeks ago because of the strength of the judge's findings. Once she makes findings of fact, that's very, very comforting to me. And she did today, and she's going to make more. So I feel much better about that. And I also really feel very good about the innocence claim. I just think I think it's very straightforward. Would a reasonable jury convict Greg Kelley if they knew that Jonathan McCarty left alone with these kids for at least a month, wearing the SpongeBob pajamas, with child porn on his computer and cell phone, and confessed twice? If you knew that, you were on the jury. I'm not asking you to convict Jonathan. Would you convict Greg Kelley? And I think I think it's clear. No reasonable jury would convict him in light of that evidence alone. And there's more to it than just that. But those are the 4 biggies: child porn on the phone, child porn on the cell, 2 confessions over 2 years by 2 different people. Very solid, very credible. So I just don't see how he can be convicted. So I actually do feel really good about that claim. But it is a hard claim to make, and there are judges on the court who view this as undermining the criminal justice system.